for chapter 1067 titled Punk Records. So let's jump right in and see what's going on. All right, so on the cover page, what do we got? All right, looks like we got Caesar Clown facing off against Judge right here. It says, I forgot, who are you again? Judge versus Caesar. So interesting. Let's go. What do we got right here? A most curious head. And he's like, wait, what? Okay, so we got Bonnie right here. And she's like, wait, what happened to your head? It used to be like a massive light bulb. And he's like, it was getting a tad too long, so I cut it. All right, so this man just straight up cut his own head off, like, and now he's got an apple sitting on it. This old Einstein looking dude. He's like, we're not talking about hair here. Yeah, for real. Like, you didn't just trim up some hair. Like, this dude straight up just cut off his entire head. And then what do we got right here? Okay, so in the next panel, we see Vegapunk, and then it shows like the outline of where his real head would be right there. He's like, as I recall, I was almost as tall as a giant when I met you. And then we see, okay, so we see Jinbei. He's like, I heard rumors about it being big, but it was like an air balloon. Well, that's because I ate the brain fruit. Wait, Vegapunk got a devil fruit? And it says, the notes say Japanese. He gets tongue-tied, tried to say the fruit's name. Nomi, nomi, no, no, nomi, nomi, no me. Okay, and then, okay, next panel, we got Vegapunk right here. He's like, pardon me, I bit my tongue. I meant to say I'm a brainy human because I ate the brain fruit. It allows me to memorize an unlimited amount of knowledge and makes my brain grow in size accordingly. Having an unlimited data bank is a handy ability for a born genius like me. All right, so this dude was probably already pretty smart, and then he has the brain fruit on top of it. So that explains why his head looks so massive. Like, the more knowledge that he gets, like, the bigger his head gets. But does that mean that when he chopped it off, that's what he used to make like his satellites and everything? What do you guys think? You guys think that's what's going on? And then it says, now I have the largest brain in the world, and it continues to grow. But when he's doing it, there's nothing there. It's just the apple on top of his head. And then we see Chopper over there. He's like, oh, that's awesome. Have you got tons of medical knowledge too, Dr. Vegapunk? He's like, naturally. And Chopper, of course, is like, yes, he's got medical knowledge. And then what do we got over here? It's like, does that mean you're dumb now, old guy, because you cut your brain out? Don't write off a genius, you rascal. He's like, wait, Luffy, with his idiot logic, he's like, wait, you don't have a big head anymore. Oh, so you must be stupid now then, right? And then, okay, oh, we get an explanation about what the apple's for. So it says, see this apple here? It's an antenna. Okay, so this has got to be how he communicates and how he's controlling, all the other Vegapunks. And it says, take a gander at the top of the island. Notice how it says Punk Records under the giant egg? That's the hangar where I keep my brain. Damn! If his brain takes up like this entire area where we see the Punk Records underneath the big eggshell. And they're like, wait, what? Isn't that way too big? He's like, there's no harm in me being away from it since my antenna can pick up the brain waves. Damn, so this dude's brain is so big, like it can send out brain waves to speak to its actual physical body. That's pretty nuts. And then what do we got? It says, you met a little girl earlier who called herself Vegapunk, right? Okay, so we're going to get the explanation of how he came up with the satellites, I'm guessing. Or he's like, that's one of my clones. There are 6 on the island. And you're like, wait, you're a ninja? Okay, no, Luffy, it's not a clone jutsu. And then it says, each one is a facet of myself and an expert of their own key field of study. You'd get my full personality if you combine them, but they can get 6 times the work done apart. All right, so just like we kind of thought, Vegapunk kind of broke himself down. That's why they all kind of have different personalities. They each kind of got one of his personalities, and they kind of focus and specialize in certain areas. But he's saying, if you put them all together, that would be the real me, but it's easier for them to get more work done separately. And then they're like, wait, what the? So, and then we see all of the different Vegapunks right there. We got Wrath, Flare, Atlas, Edison, Shaka, Lilith, Pythagoras, and York. It says, each of them connects to Punk Records once a day to synchronize our memories and knowledge. Since their dispositions and responsibilities are so different, the wealth of their experience is that much greater. All right, especially because probably, their particular emotion, they're so, fundamentally about that, emotion that they got from Vegapunk. I can see how it would definitely lead to, different experiences, especially, if you say you had, wrath, but you had no logic there or no evil, you know, it would kind of be a different experience. And if you had both of those together, you might not get as upset if you had logic there to kind of dictate what you're doing. But because she doesn't, you know, she gets a little bit different experiences. So that's pretty cool. And then we see Luffy, he's just like, he's got, you know, the sweat coming off his head. He's trying to like comprehend all of it. And he's like, y'all share the same brain. I find it difficult to wrap my head around that. So Jinbei is like, wait. How does this work? Like, you guys all kind of share the same brain. Like, you linking up, downloading. And then, okay, we got Vegapunk. He's like, just think of it as sharing the same library. If only I could let everyone in the world connect to my brain, all of humanity would have access to my knowledge. So if he could somehow figure out how to, you know, psychically link everyone, they would be able to access all this knowledge. But right now, he's kind of only able to do it with his specific satellites or clones that he's created. And then it says, then if the population of the world went on to update punk records themselves, it'd create a sea of information that surpassed what my brain can accomplish alone. Humanity would share one mind. All right, so I could definitely see some of the benefits, but, you know, there's also kind of some potential pitfalls that would happen if everyone kind of shares the same mindset. You know, you could potentially do away with like individuality. Everyone kind of become clones essentially because, you know, they're getting all the same information. And, you know, that's one way you could actually easily probably take over the world is everyone shared the same brain. You would have the same knowledge. So if you just had a way to manipulate what knowledge was available to everyone, you know, maybe that's why the world government kind of wanted Vegapunk on their side. And then next thing we see Chopper, so he's like, so I'd be able to study medicine from all over the world? And he's like, naturally, of course. So Chopper's all digging it. He's all floating in the background in the next panel. But then we see Jinbei, he's like, but if you let everyone share their conflicting ideologies, wouldn't all that bias lead to trouble? And then we see Vegapunk, he looks like he's kind of laughing. He's like, you sure are a sharp one, Knight of the Sea. But science would never progress if you spent all day worrying about stuff like that. So he starts laughing. So basically he's like, yes, there are definitely, you know, potential pitfalls, but there can't be progress if you don't move forward. You can't just be afraid of, you know, everything going on. And then we see Bonnie over there. Okay, Bonnie, look, it says, that's your problem, Vegapunk. You shrug off sacrifices in the name of progress. And she looks pissed in this panel. That's why my dad's been turned into a heartless weapon. All right, looking like she's about to beat that ass. And okay, yup, she pulls out that light sword right there. And he's like freaking out. He's like, whoa, Bonnie, stop it. That beam saber is defective. Give it a rest. I know it cuts well enough. I tested it earlier. Turn my dad back to normal. She's like about to decapitate this man. Like, he already lost his head, but he about to lose a whole lot more if he don't agree to turn Bonnie's dad back. If you even think about saying no, whoa, don't be hasty, Bonnie. Killing him would make you a lot of enemies. Hit the off switch, Bonnie. Okay, so everyone's like, yo, chill, Bonnie, chill. Be cool, woman. And then all of a sudden, that beam attracts a ludicrous number of bugs. Okay, what kind of bugs are these? And she's like, huh? And we just see everything kind of flying at her off in the distance. And then she starts crying. She's like freaking out. I guess she doesn't like bugs. And then all of a sudden, we just see this huge crackle. Looks like lightning almost. And then it says, check it out, Bonnie. It's a giant stag vessel. Luffy's over there. He's just picking it. He's like, hey, Bonnie, check it out. Ah. And then Chopper's like, oi, Luffy, this isn't the time for beetles. Look at her. She fainted. And what does Vegapunk got to say? He's over there kind of sitting off in the background. He's like, makes perfect sense. What makes perfect sense? Of course, Bonnie wants me dead. It's ironic that one of my many failures saved me. Okay, so are we about to get the whole kind of backstory and, you know, what happened with Vegapunk? It says, speaking of which, you guys were recently in Wano, correct? And we see Luffy, he's got a exclamation point. You wouldn't happen to know whether a dragon just like Kaido really appeared there? Yo! He's like, wait, did I hear a little rumor about maybe, you know, a dragon, a pink dragon maybe? He's like, oh, you're talking about Momo. I suppose he ate the defective fruit I left on Punk Hazard. And they're like, defective, what do you mean? It looked like it worked pretty good to me. He's like, that was an artificial devil fruit I synthesized. I made it after 20 years of researching Kaido's lineage factor. It cost countless resources. But why does he think it's a failure? But I couldn't get it quite right. Oh, so that's why he's the same as Kaido, but it worked out just fine. He can still spit fire and he's super strong. He's the guardian deity of Wano. You really made that? Awesome. And his color? Pink. And he's like, drat, you see? Another monumental failure, and he's just smashing his head into the ground. So wait, I'm wondering if that's like literally the only thing that he like messed up on was the fact that instead of the azure, blue dragon that Kaido is, his was pink and he couldn't get it to turn blue. What do you guys think? And they're like, wait, what's wrong with that? I get it. He's a genius and a perfectionist. He's like, what about this robot? You made it too, right? Oh man, make it move. He's like, I'm afraid you're mistaken. This is the legendary Iron Giant that attacked the Holy Land. Yo, the Iron Giant that attacked the Holy Land of Marijois about 200 years ago. And they're like, wait, 200 years ago? Yes, but it was built over 900 years ago. What? No way. Okay, so who got this, ancient Iron Giant to attack the Holy Land? Like, this is way before Roger's time, any of those guys. So who could it have been? It says, its objective remains unknown. I heard it ran out of power before it could cause any casualties. Either way, I'm sure the scientists at the time were absolutely flabbergasted. Such advanced technology would have seemed totally alien to them. All right, and then in the flashback, we see the Iron Giant standing, kind of towering above Marijois right there. And it says none of them could tell where it came from or what it was trying to do. All right, so Vegapunk. It seems the world government ordered its destruction, but the scientists of the time couldn't help their curiosity. All right, so even 200 years ago, doesn't seem like everyone's quite with the world government's, plan of total annihilation, total suppression of stuff. And we see Jinbei, and he just sees ... It says, that's why they hid it here, to be passed down without the government's knowledge. Okay, so at least the scientists that, kind of have been working for the world government, seems like they're not fully buying in and drinking the Kool-Aid and believing everything that they're telling them. So it says, good job on finding this place from the town. The entrance should look like a wall. And we see Luffy over there. He's like scratching his head. He's like, wait, we just stumbled here since we were all old and senile. Oh, yeah, that's right. After Bonnie, turned them old to hide from Kuma's Seraphim or Pacifista, whatever he was. And he's like, yeah, we were plain old lost. He's like, oh, that's a shame. All right, what do we got? Okay, so we're going back up to Robin and Frankie guys' group and Sanji. It says 200 years ago. That's around the time the fishermen's rights movement started to gain ground. So you're saying that robot climbed the red line? Most likely. All right, so are they gonna try and figure out a way to get this bad boy powered back up, or integrate its technology? What do we got? It says I created Vega Force 1 based on what I learned from it. Okay, so that makes sense. But I lack the scientific prowess to reverse engineer every aspect of it. It's difficult to believe that this mechanized soldier was made over 900 years ago. All right, and we see everyone kind of just looking onto the screen that they got that's showing the robot. And then what do we got? It says, we got Frankie over there. He's like, there's something even you couldn't recreate? And then we see the next one. It's Vegapunk. He's like, it's power source. In the past, they had a power source that would upend our modern ideas of what's possible. Ooh. Well, at any rate, it's good to know Luffy and the others are okay. Who's that girl, though? All right, so we see Sanji and them, so they don't know that that's Jewelry Bonnie with Luffy them. He's like, I thought the one we saw before was a little girl. So, and because they don't realize it's Bonnie, they don't know her powers. It says, and the way Vegapunk's head works is crazy. I truly, did a terrible thing to Bonnie. Oh, damn, is this confirming that there is no way to turn Kuma back? Like, I always kind of held out hope that Vegapunk, would be a part of the revolutionaries, and there was some special way for Dragon or someone to turn him back. But I thought the hope was alive when we met Vegapunk and Dragon back in the Ohara flashback. But now it's starting to seem like he doesn't have a way to do it. Like, he's like, yeah, you should get down and beg her to forgive you, old man. You young dolt, like you know anything about it. He's like, there's something I have to get. Okay, mate, wait. He's like, there's something I have to give her. Or maybe it's kind of Kuma's last, like, goodbye to Bonnie or something like that. And then we see Vegapunk. He's talking to Luffy. He's like, regardless, I feel like fate brought you here today, Straw Hat Luffy. And Luffy's just kind of looking on like, huh? He's like, please, can you take me away from Egghead? Yo, we are going to get Vegapunk joining up with him. He already communicated to Dragon that he was feeling like, oh, I think the world government's about to come assassinate me. So if he takes Vegapunk with him, I'm guessing that means the satellites are coming with them, all that scientific knowledge, and we got to be going to Elbaf. Like, with that flashback with Saw, everything that we've seen, this has got to be how we take Vegapunk to Elbaf with us. And then what do we see? Okay, we see one of the animals, Gao. He's like, this is Cipher Pol. We're requesting entry to Egghead Port. What poorly trained pets. So it looks like Lucci them just messed up all the pets and kind of smacked them around. Oh, damn, they got their mask on. Cipher Pol says, reports indicate that Jewelry Bonnie was spotted making her way here too. That pest keeps slipping away from us. She's served her purpose. Let's just terminate her on site. All right, what purpose did she serve? What are you guys thinking she did? So it looks like they're getting ready to carry out their assassination mission. And then we see, it says, Shaka, there's a government ship. It'd be bad if they found us harboring pirates. What does CP0 want with us? And why did they bring Rob Lucci? Alright, and says, I just say we hand over this riffraff. After all, that Lucci fellow's an assassin, right? Alright, so Vegapunks are not all on the same page right now. One's like, oh, what do we do? The other one's like, yo, just turn them over. They're pirates. And then the main Vegapunk, like, he's like, I'm about to be assassinated. Take me with you, Luffy. So clearly they have not had the download and sync up to the main brain today. We're not all on the same page, Vegapunks. What's going on? And then we see Usopp. He's freaking out. He's like, wait, what? Rob Lucci? Hey, hurry up and give us our legs back. No, that guy's still around. You can't let them in. So everyone who kind of knows them, they're like, oh, damn. All the Strawhats, they're like, we got to deal with this dude again. He's like, we see Sanji. He's telling Robin. He's like, don't you worry, Robin-chan. I'll protect you no matter how many times he comes back. Okay. And then what do we got? So we got the Vegapunk 1 says, tell them to hand over the Seraphim and leave. We're declining their request to dock, huh? I doubt agents of the world government will respond well to that, so prepare for a battle. Okay, this one seems to be on the same page now. And then, okay, oh, we're gonna go see what Dragon, you know, maybe we'll get the full conversation. It says, Kamabaka Kingdom Grand Line. Dragon-san, Kuma-san's acting weird. Kuma-san, wait, we're trying to repair you. All right, so his programming might be kicking in. And then we see Kuma, he's standing up and he just looks massive. All his parts are exposed. And they're like, wait, what's wrong? Is he still being controlled by the Navy? So maybe he's kind of like in an autopilot mode, or he's like returned to base mode. And then we see, they're like, Kuma-san, where are you going? And says, you're in no state to be moving like that. And he's just running, and all like the cords and wires are just hanging out of him. But he's like at a dead sprint right now. And then Koala, you know, looking on. He's like, you're still not yourself. And then we see him fall over. And then they're all like, wait, what's with him? I don't know. And he is just like hell-bent on going wherever it is he's got into his head that he's got to go. And they're like screaming for him to come back. Oh, damn. Okay, we're getting a lot of emotion out of Kuma right now. Or not out of Kuma, but out of Dragon. You see Dragon, he's just screaming in this panel. He's like, talk to us, Kuma. Where do you want to go so bad? Stay with us. We're not done fighting. The Revolutionary Army is just getting started. So we got the, the founders, the original 3 of the Revolutionary Army. We got Dragon, Kuma, and Ivankov. And it says, a mad dash to where. And damn, we're on break next week. So we're going to have to wait to find out, theorize. Do you guys think that there is a way for Vegapunk to turn Kuma back? Is there something that Dragon them can do? Where is Kuma being summoned? I mean, I think it's fairly obvious that he's being summoned to Egghead. Probably, is he being summoned by Cipher Pol, or is he being summoned by Vegapunk because Bonnie's there now? What are you guys feeling? Let me know what you guys thought about this chapter. You know, there's a lot going on. We have a lot of possibilities from last week that opened up with the whole Giants from Elbaf and Saw and the reuniting with, what's her name, Robin. That will probably end up happening. So there's a lot of cool things to happen. I don't know if you guys remember back in the Sky Island, they talked about when they were saying, oh, you guys went up the knock upstream. There's an easier way to get here. There's like some road or whatever, Sky Road to get to them. And I think they want to say it was somewhere in the New World towards Elbaf or by Elbaf. So are we going to get another Sky Island? Is this where we're going to get a Rouge to kind of come into play, since we haven't really seen him, but we've seen, most of the other supernovas. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed to the channel, and have a wonderful day.